Back in black. The red microphone has gone. I can't remember what you all called it. Orange thing, lobster. I don't know what, but tomato. The tomato mic's gone. I don't know where the black one went. It just went missing, and I found it somehow in mid-row. Obviously, didn't look hard enough, but I am gonna get a better microphone set up at some point, probably when the season's finished, ready for next season. But yeah, I have been listening to you all, and I am gonna get my own proper microphone set up, so it is better. But yeah, hopefully the black one's better for now. Obviously haircut as well. Fantastic job done by LJC down by Lily Lane. If you want to get your haircut, that's the place to go in Bradford. Best hairdresser business going. Men and women as well. So go down, because they've done a bloody good job again of mine, because obviously I let it get a bit of a mess. I like to grow it out a bit, but it needs cutting, and it's great. So thanks, and they give me a shout out on the socials. So do subscribe, because let's get it up. The climbing, and I've got a business of duty, like an aeroplane driver, a pilot, also known as, to ensure that the plane don't crash. I've got a duty to get the videos out, so the previews are back. From now to end of the season, we'll see how they go, but we've been on a great one. It's a tough game coming up against Gillingham, and I must say, Gillingham, if I've still got any of the fans lingering about after that intro, if you're new to the channel, expect stuff like that. We don't just talk about the core subject, but Gillingham, what a mess Gillingham are in. They're an absolute mess. It's like a muddy field. A pig's day out Gillingham are making this season. I can't believe it. And apparently pigs are actually the most hygienic animal. They're actually very clean. So maybe mud's clean. Maybe we should have a mud bath. But it certainly is a mud bath down at Gillingham. Again, going through different managers. Mark Bonner started the season. Now they've got John Coleman. Last season they had Stephen Clemens, and yeah, someone else. They just keep having 2-3 managers every season. They don't score enough goals. This season, the 4th worst goal scoring side in the division. The season before, they were the 2nd worst goal scoring side in the division, only behind 2 bottom of the league Forest Green Rovers, who were dreadful that season. And the year before, they were the lowest goal scorers in the division. The year before that, they were the lowest goal scorers in League One when they got relegated on goal difference. They just don't score enough goals, and I would hate to be a Gillingham fan, because it must be depressing going to Priestfield, going up and down the country, and seeing goalless games, seeing an uninspiring, uncreative team, and they don't create a lot of chances. But the problem is, John Coleman said in his pre-match conference that quite similar to what Alexander was saying with us it's about learning how people can get in the right positions to score, about developing players to getting goal scoring opportunities. But he said no League 2 striker is consistent, because if the word won't be in League 2. Have you heard of Andy Cook? I think a lot of Gillingham fans has, because he's had a fantastic record against them, and they'll be bloody glad that he ain't playing. But there's got loads of consistent League 2 strikers, and there's loads of consistent players in these lower levels. Yes, you have to maybe spend a bit to get them, or get back to get them. But Gillingham consistently have one of the best squads in the division, and yet they always seem to be around mid-table. So obviously not getting the right characters in, and too unstable as a club. Like I said earlier, they go through too many managers in the season. Coleman's not going to be there next season. Got an end-of-season contract. He's had 1 win in 11. He's going to be gone. You're getting a new manager. If they have a poor start, Mark Bonner had a great start, but then they went on a terrible run. For whatever reason that will have been, there'd have been loads of reasons. And he goes, and then John Coleman comes in. It's just consistent movement of managers, of players, and we know at Bradford City, you need stability, but then when the manager goes on a bad one, you've got to back them through it, and you've got to back them through the windows. But first and foremost, you've got to get the right characters in the building, and George Lapsley for Bradford City started 1 game, got 2 goals, but the character of him, the character of him to not have his head down, to keep training hard, to come back into a team, play his first game, get the 2 goals, but it was pressing, it was work rate, it was harassing the defenders, it was his hold-up ability, his aerial ability, didn't shy away from a tackle. And we've seen that a bit coming off the bench, but it was immense on Tuesday. And he's got the right character to play for this football club. But he's come out criticising Gillingham, criticising the people there. He had to get out of there. So what's going on at Gillingham for it to be so bad that Bradford's this heroic figure for him to get out of a bad place and to come and play where he enjoys playing with his mates? So there's big problems going on at Gillingham, and this time last season there were big problems going on at Bradford City. So that's how quick it can turn. But obviously the fan pressure was why it turned at Bradford City. The protest, having to wake up, and then we brought David Sharp in and we started doing things properly. Maybe that needs to happen at Gillingham, but I know Gillingham had terrible owners before the Gallison came in, and that he was their hope, and it's going backwards. It's not looking good. Jack Shepherd came out, and I've been saying in every video for the last few, after Birmingham Cup final, this amount of Cup finals left. Jack Shepherd said it, so they might have been watching, and I might have got him a slap on the wrist. But Alexander wasn't happy. It's like, no, they're not Cup finals. Cup finals is a must-win attitude. It's win or bust. So we're not in that situation, and we're not in a way, because if we get a point here and there, it's not bad. But you sort of think that's the mentality you need. But Alexander's got the experience. He knows how to get out of this division. He knows how to get out of many divisions, and he's not naive, and he knows what it takes, and he's also very good at deflecting. John Coleman said in his pre-match, Bradford were on a bad run. We weren't necessarily on a bad run. We were just slightly inconsistent. We've hit the consistency. That's the difference. But I wouldn't say it's just been like a fluke, or we're just taking chances now. I think a lot more's gone into it than that. But we were 12th on Boxing Day. Boxing Day we were 12th and Gillingham were 10th. There were 3 points between us. I think we were 2 points between us and 3 points between us and 7th, and around 20. Difference over 20 points, I think. Well, we also won 42, we won 27. So not too far away from 20 points away from top either. That's how far we've come. But I don't think there were a big panic, because the points on the board were decent for the games played. It just sounds worse, doesn't it, when you're 12th, but we're only 3 points away from 7th, and it was tight between 7th and 2nd anyway. Alexander and Sarcevic have both won Manager and Player of the Month. That's the first time it's happened since December 2014, when it was Phil Parkinson and Rory Ricardo. That credit to them, and the credit to the team, and everyone in the background as well, not just those two individuals, because in my month in review, for February I give it to Richie Smallwood. He's been immense over the whole course of the season, but in this particular running of the last 2 months, he's been influential to us. So everyone's played the part, and like I said on Tuesday, whenever the last game or Tuesday, I said Neil Burns have come in and made a difference to the team. Players are coming in and doing the jobs, and credit to them. But is there a curse for winning Manager of the Month? I think there's a case for it. You'd often see a manager win the Manager of the Month, and then the next month they sort of fall off a bit. I don't think it'll affect Alexander, but saying that, MK Dons, when he was there, started the month fantastically in August. I think the top or second or third, hence how he won it. And then I don't think they won again, and he got sacked in October. They might have won 1 or 2. It's just from my memory, and he went on a terrible run after that. Like I say, sacked in October. So it can have an impact, but I think Alexander's far too experienced, far too focused. Don't care about accolades. I don't think it'll bother him one bit, or the team. It's just for if you come up on your day and you don't get what you deserve, then that's how it's going to go. And I think that's why he's reserving judgment. That's why he's keeping calm. That's why he's not getting ahead of himself or the team. He wants the fans to be upbeat, but he's trying to keep the team as level-headed as he can, because he knows one result and it can turn. And that's what we've had under Alexander a lot, apart from these last 3-4 months where we might have lost one, we've then won the next week, and it's important we do that. And it's important for Alexander keeps those players level-headed, and that's what his focus is, and that's why I think we can continue it. There's a few banana skins coming up. Colchester, it's a big banana skin, but what a great gesture by the club to make it £5 tickets. Hopefully we can get a load of new fans, and they can get re-energised by Bradford City Football Club, who maybe have gone away for a few years, and they can see what this team's like and what it's about and the values that this team has. And if we can get a win on that day, it'd be great. But that's just another gesture that is great for the club did. Get your client number down there as well. That's the message. But that's going to be a big game. But we've got to focus on Saturday. And my team for Saturday, well, it's controversial. That's all I'm going to say. I'm obviously sticking with the same formation. And Sam Walker keeps his place in goal. The back three is the controversy. Jack Shepherd, immense. He's been fantastic, and I hope he continues to be on Saturday. He stays in left-sided centre-back. Central centre-back Paul Huntington comes into a big side. We need as much height in that team as we can, and I think he'll be able to deal with winning those aerial duels like he does. He'll make a big difference to that back line. Right-sided centre-back, it's not Aidan Baldwin, it's Neil Byrne. I can't say it without a smile on my face because I love the man, but it's not because of that. He came in on Tuesday and he was consistent, didn't put a foot wrong. And again, we need height, we need those sort of leaders. But more importantly, the fact is that Aidan Baldwin, he got injured, he was out for a few months, he hasn't really missed a minute. I can't think of him missing a minute in 2 months. He's been integral to our run. So with the Saturday, Tuesday, he hasn't really missed a minute. Neil Byrne came and did his job. Paul Huntington, I'd bring him back in, give Aidan Baldwin a rest, bring him in next Saturday, don't care what Neil Byrne does. I hope he has a great game, and I think he would, but bring him in next Saturday, give him a bit of a rest, because we need to keep rotating the team and have a look what's necessary for this game. And I think Neil Byrne definitely is. We need that grit. Halliday as well, he's been so good recently. He's back to his best. I didn't talk about the wing backs, but Teo Adamola as well keeps his place. Great individual play down at left side. He's the best attacking left wing back in the league, but defensively there's a few concerns with him for me, but definitely going forward is a huge advantage for us. His pace is electric, and Brad Halliday as well, he was fantastic Tuesday night. His energy, his desire to get up and down the ring, his reading of game's great. He's back to his best. Midfield too stays the same. Smallwood, I've echoed how fantastic he's been recently. Let's not underestimate that. Keller as well, he's made a great impact at midfield. Gets a bit controversial again. Jamie Walker keeps his place. Man of match contender, his best game in a long time for Bradford City on Tuesday night. Deserves to keep his place. Tommy Lee comes in for George Lapsley, but just because he's had a lot of injury problems over these last few years, George Lapsley. He hasn't played a lot over the course of this season, and he came in Tuesday night, had a great game, but let's bring him on 60-70 minutes energised. Let's maybe have a bit of interaction with the Gillingham fans, and if you need a goal, need more energy, bring him on. Let's not risk him playing him Tuesday, Saturday when he hasn't played much and he has got a injury he's got a history of injuries, and we've already got Sarsfield Patterson pointing out at the minute. We light on numbers. Let's just manage him a bit better, and let's keep him on the bench and bring him on as a good impact. And Tommy Lee, hopefully, he can take his chance. And it's a point that he's got to show that Lapsley did it Tuesday. Jamie Walker's been doing it over the last month. This is your turn. If you don't, Clark Odwell will be in and take your place, and then you'll be at the bottom of the order, and you'll have to fight even harder to get where you are. So he's got to take his chance whenever it comes now. And Mellon up front, he's been scoring, his overall play's been brilliant since he's come in, but he's got 2 and 2 now. Hopefully it can be 3 and 3 if he's fit, because he did seem to come off on Tuesday, but I'm sure he'll be fine. So the bench, that leaves Hilton, Baldwin, Critchlow, Ben, Lapsley, Odwar and Kavanagh, hopefully all ready to make an impact when they come on. So let me know your score prediction in the comments down below. I'm not going to give one because I haven't been doing previews and we've been doing fine, so no score prediction. Let me know yours though in the comments down below. Let me know your team, let me know your thoughts going into a game in the comments down below. Like the video if you did, subscribe if you're new, all free to do so. It does massively help out and it is massively appreciated. Have a good one.